y'all. Oh crap! I need to actually change my streaming information as well. Let me do that real quick as I'm waiting. We're back. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. Just give me 1 second. I actually did not change my streaming information. So let me just do that for 1 second. Good enough. Think we're ready. I think we're ready. Okay, how are you guys? Do you hear me? Are you ready, excited, and able to watch this game and see if it is as peak as it has been described? that was more than 10 seconds back for 12 minutes. Here we go. I'm sorry. It was a bit longer because it was compiling shades, and I decided to grab another glass of water. Ass peak? Wait, did I write something wrong? I think we're fine. I have to go to daughter. I have to go. Daughter needs to get nattad. Tucked in. Go to sleep, yes. Say goodnight to her for all of us, stress test. Okay, but I'm just gonna start this game. I don't really know what to expect from Lies of P, aside from the fact that it is of course a Souls-like. That's like the only thing I know. No, that's not true. There's actually one more thing about this game that I know of, and it's a mechanic that is like the one mechanic that has made me really excited for this game, and that is the fact that you're essentially building your own weapon, or at least that is how it has been described to me. So whenever you choose to like use a sword or an axe or whatever, that is something you like create yourself. At least I again, I'm not played this game before, so I'm not actually sure if that is how it works. But that is how I understand it at the very least. And so in order to like create a build, you literally build stuff. And that I find that very, very fascinating, and I really, really want to try this out. One more thing Sev knows about this game is that it is universally hated. But that's the thing! It is hated by my own community. True. Well, part of my own community, I suppose. But if you look at the Steam reviews, they are actually really, really good. So I assume the game is gonna be good. But I guess we'll see. Alright, so there are 3 difficulty levels. Very easy, easy, and standard. Okay, we're... that is actually kind of a weird distribution of difficulty settings. It's usually like easy, medium, hard, but in this case, it's standard for the normal experience. Alright, but this is what we're doing. Legend of Stalker is the normal one. Yeah, so that's what we're playing. Steam reviews are good because only the people who like these types of games played it and rated it, I assume. I could be, I suppose, could be.
Can you hear
But
me?
I guess that could be said for every good, well-rated game on Steam. The rest got added after the DLC. Ah, so they actually,
Shadows, puppet.
after the fact, added an easy mode to this game. That I feel like that's kind of controversial, right? For a Souls-like. But because usually Souls-likes only have one difficulty. At least that is how From Software does things. Oh. You're already getting thrown into it. You obtained the following items. Yo, what are all these items? Asher Dragon Crested Oh, Dragon Crescent. I feel like this is like pay to win stuff, right? Oh, so this is just like cosmetic items. Okay. And here we have taunts as well. Oh, maybe I should switch back the camera for the first view, my normal perspective. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it back like this because this is how I'm used to having it. But we'll see, I suppose, later. Dude, the game is not really giving you a tutorial. It throws you right into the thick of things. Who voted for those who voted for this game? So in chat right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Arnie. I'm not sure. Okay.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Who's talking to me? I voted it down. I suppose there are more down voters of this game than up voters. At least that is what I feel at the moment. A to interact. Okay, you can't run in this game. Oh, well, maybe it's only right now.
I see they got Jiminy too, but we have to hurry.
Okay, we have a voice in our head called Sophia.
Please come to Hotel Krot, and I'll explain what's happening.
Please do. We haven't really gotten any sort of introduction to this game. We have the Monad's lamp that we can select and use in our belt. And we have extra bags if we hold down A. So if we hold down A, we get extra bags, and if we hold up or down, we can use these items. Okay, so I assume I somehow need to like equip the lamp. Oh, it's already equipped in the lower belt. Got it. A Ruski Yarantu drone fell in Galati, which is pretty much on our double border with Moldova and Ukraine, and nowhere near a valid military target. Apartment complex hit, 2 people injured, material damages. The RU console was called in to answer questions, then given 48 hours to get the fuck out before being declared a persona non grata and aiming to closing their embassy. He's fled already. Fun times. So wait, so no explanation has been given then? Right, so this is a flashlight, it seems. Fair enough. This is the first time I've heard of this. Was this recent, you know? The drone incident. Putin denies his Russian drones. I saw it in an interview.
Find something that might help.
Yes, let's find something that might help. Welcome for plopping back in, Ploper. Putin denies his Russian drones. I saw an interview. But yeah, I assume Putin would be considered a biased source, I suppose.
But the streets are not safe. Arm yourself with one of the weapons over there. It'll be helpful on your way to the hotel.
Okay. So we can already pick a class, essentially. We have balance, dexterity, and strength. I don't know the differences between these. Based on my experience from like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, and you know the names of the classes, I would say that strength is probably my go-to here. But at the same time, I don't want it like a slow hitting weapon. I've seen enough of this game. 2 out of 10 would not recommend. Absolutely disgusting. Too much walking. That is true. 100% of all the gameplay we've experienced thus far is walking. That is true. I assume things gonna pick up very, very soon. Okay, wait, what are we picking here? Because I've literally no idea what to go for. Did I add the emote? I can't see it being added. You added People Wave to the chat. Maybe we should do a balance build since Pride Month. But, okay, dude, I'm down for it. We're going to be running revolutionary gameplay. Alright, we're doing balance. Literally because Arnie said so. We have a saber. What does this mean? We have a saber blade and a saber handle. Okay, you just hit as normal as you do in any Souls-like. This outvoted the Devil May Cry, eh? I don't remember how many votes Devil May Cry had, to be honest. But I don't think it well, I know at least this outvoted Devil May Cry. But what does it mean that we have a saber handle? I guess we'll figure it out later. Devil May Cry should have beaten this game tenfold. But you haven't seen the game yet. Oh well, okay. You have seen us walking a little bit at the very least. Since we're probably gonna experiment a lot with weapons, balance is probably good for the start. Wait, well, Family Friend G, can you at least explain what it means that we have a handle and a blade as separate items? Because you can see in the bottom right that we have them as two different icons, right? How the hell do we get out? So we know that we need to go to Hotel Krat because oh, here we go. The voice in our head told us so. Left bumper plus Y. So this is left bumper guarding. Oh, okay, but if you use them at the same time, yeah, I see what you're saying, Ploper. Then something will happen. But it's grayed out at the moment. So I wonder if that's like just like combat specific. Lock on, lock off, and while locked on, switch targets. Okay. Very similar start to like Dark Souls 1. As in, nothing is really explained, right? Normal attack, special attack, hold down to get a charge attack. So this is a charge attack. Make the slice twice. And we loot what? A Fable Catalyst. I've always wanted a Fable Catalyst. Okay, okay. You mix and match different handles and blades, like dagger handle and massive hammer blade. I wonder what kind of combination that is. Do you like stab people but with a big ass hammer? That would be kind of fun. Left trigger to use Legion Arm. Okay, so if you're playing a challenge mode, you just punch people to death. Yo! The left arm deals massive damage. Oh, but it's a limited resource. I see. So in the bottom left, you can see a bar that corresponds to the left arm of steel. Okay, so I literally just wasted my left arm like that. All right, that's fine. Okay, so we're witnessing some sort of, I don't know, museum, art establishment. I don't know, a gallery, the grand exhibition. Okay, we're witnessing an exhibition, and we are fighting robots. And by the way, our character looks very human. I mean, we are Pinocchio, I assume, but I assume we are also like some sort of robot. Can we go play something better already? Unfortunately, we cannot. Don't let them crack your nuts, Ev. I will do my best. Okay, pulse cell to recover HP. When you reach maximum, the cell will be discharged. Okay, so this is the Estus flask, essentially. Oh, if you attack enemies while the cell is discharged, pulse cell will gradually be charged. Interesting. I wonder if that means, like, if you're like in an extended boss fight, let's say. I wonder if that means you can just shop the boss, just keep attacking to regain healing capabilities. So you can essentially play it really safe if you run out of charges in order to I don't know, get your health back. Interesting. Your armor is almost broken now. That is true. Well, it's not broken, but whatever resource you use to power up the arm is gone. That is true. We got a sawtooth wheel. I don't know what these mean. Handles decides if the weapon scales with advanced technique or motivity. Alright, I assume these are the names of the different attributes of this game. Oh! We also have a mana bar. Do you see that? Under the stamina bar. Oh, those are the discharge power-ups, I suppose. Alright, so it gives you like a visual indicator if you can like use a healing item or not. Okay, fair enough. DS copy. I mean, isn't every Dark Souls or Souls like a DS copy in a way? Right, looking for keys. This is basically Resident Evil again. Pinocchio, does the nose lengthen when lying? I mean, the game is literally called Lies of P, right? And if it's following the story of Pinocchio, I hope there's a lie mechanic. You can block enemy attacks by guarding. If your guard is successful, your character will take reduced damage, but it will consume stamina. The reduced damage will be transferred to guard regain. What does that mean? Guard regain accumulates but gradually decreases. Ah, this is posture. This is posture from Sekiro. While you have guard regain, you can attack enemies to. Oh no! Guard regain, you can attack enemies to recover HP. This is not posture. All right, this is something else. All right, so this is basically the same mechanic as in Space Marine 2. If you take damage, you can use. If you take damage, you can deal damage to recover some health. And perfect guard is essentially a perfect parry. Makes sense. Gonna let you figure out a lot at the start since I'm quite busy right now. Yes, there is a lie mechanic. Oh, that is great. I'm happy about that. I don't know what the lies will do, but I'm happy there's at least a mechanic. Alright. Let's see if I can actually do a perfect parry. Was that a perfect parry? No, I don't think so. Whatever. At least I don't have to parry in this game. So I'm probably gonna dodge roll quite a bit. Does it involve the nose? Yeah, now we're asking the real questions. Quite on. Oh, rear fatal attack. Ah. At least that is a similarity to Sekiro, right? The fact that you can death blow enemies. Well, not death blow, but you know what I mean. Well, you know what I mean if you've played Sekiro before. An item later in the game will involve nose and lies. I mean, you can't really tell a Pinocchio story, right, without involving a nose or lies in some way, shape, or form. I hope it is as silly as it sounds. I want to see my I want a karma system. This is what I want, okay? I want a karma system that makes my character's nose increase in length the more I lie. Passenger note. If anyone finds this note, get out of the station and run. Be sure to stay clear of the waiting room. I saw a huge puppet smashing people to death in there. First boss, maybe? I locked the door, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from randomly coming in. I'm going to die soon, so I want to help you even if it's not much. Please survive, anyone. Alright, so something has gone wrong here. In this exhibition. I assume like all the robots have like come to life and just started slaughtering people, essentially. And there seems to be quite a few of these robots. Oh, and you can't see it, but in the top right, there is a resource that is increasing every time I kill an enemy. I assume this is like the equivalent of a soul in Dark Souls, or runes in Elden Ring. Krat Central Station. Time number train. So we have a finalist being Blue Fairy. I don't know what this information does for us. The Thaumaturge has a nice system that works something like karma, but it depends on what choices you make and how you talk to people. Pride, essentially. But that is usually how karma systems work. Well, not in the current, like, I don't know, state of gaming. But I do remember vividly, like playing like old BioWare games, right, where you always had the opportunity to do like a good thing or a bad thing, which like increased the bar in either direction. I assume that is essentially what you're saying here with the thaumaturge. But I assume it doesn't like necessarily relate to goodness or badness, but rather, you know, pride, as you're putting it. But there are doors and ladders all throughout Krat. Okay, so the hotel Krat is the place where we're gonna be playing this game. You can lock these doors and go or go down the ladder to create shortcuts. Yeah, this is quintessential Souls-like mechanics here. Very good. Shortcut unlocked. I feel like this robot right here might be the first boss, and this might be the enemy that the note was warning us about. Thank you, Sivi, for translating Natta. All my brain could think of was put to sleep. But that's far from what I wanted to say. I mean, it is the right thing to say as well, stress test. But I feel like put to sleep has like a bad connotation. Because that is something like a mobster boss could say when he wants, I don't know, someone killed, essentially. Okay, I'm already failing. Okay, I'm trying to perfect parry here, but I'm not sure if that is what I should be doing. But blocking doesn't seem to be the strat either, right? Interesting. Yo, Lucius, thank you so much for tuning in. Lies of Sevid of P. Okay, I tried to move behind him there. So, I mean, something like that. I don't know what a good title would be. But I like all those options. So, yeah. So that is what it looks like when you do a perfect parry. At least now I get that. But unlike Sekiro, it doesn't seem to like be... to give you anything to perfect parry. Well, okay, well, at least you're not taking damage, I suppose. But in Sekiro, you deal posture damage. That doesn't seem to happen. But Lucius, thank you so much for tuning in. We are indeed playing Lies of P. Hopefully, this is this is a good thing in your opinion. I don't know how else to put it. While you're attacking, a white outline will appear around the enemy's HP bar. When this happens, you can make the enemy stagger with a charge attack or with fabled arts. Okay, game, let me do this. And you can do a fatal attack to a staggered enemy. Oh, so you essentially... Oh, you're right, so you get a death blow, essentially. Oh, but you don't kill them. I see. Okay. So there are some posture mechanics still in this game. Interesting. Very, very interesting. All I can put to sleep with is going to the vet to put my dog to sleep. Oh, I see. I guess that is true as well. But I feel like in a way that is even more, I don't know, darker, depressing. But try telling me not to. The game has also posture damage. The meter for it is just hidden. Ah, so it's like Elden Ring then. Because I know that you can stagger enemies in Elden Ring as well. But also in that game, the game is hidden. Essentially Sekiro plus Dark Souls, but ass. Oh, you're trying to describe this game, is that it? Pairing also has other benefits, but those are for you to figure out. I see. Well, speaking of figure out, we need to figure out where the hell to go, I suppose. Because we got a key killing that guy. I will say, thus far, I will say that the game plays very similar to, like, I don't know, Elden Ring, more than Sekiro, I suppose. Except for the fact that you're limited in the amount of weapons you can use. As in, usually, like, if I was playing Elden Ring right now, I would be equipping a shield, like, the second I got hold of a shield. But that is not the case in this game. I guess I need to find a door to use this key. me have been walking in circles moment. You know it, you know it. That is what's happening right now. Can I? No. Dude, I just need to figure out where to use this key. I didn't explore this area before. Yeah, this is new. This is new. Oh boy! Yeah, we're playing a Souls-like, alright. Hidden enemies just around the corner. Yeah, this is a Souls-like. Have you also played Lights of P? Glad to at least one that likes the game here. Intensely slurps my coffee. I hope it tastes well, Grungy. How do you like your coffee? Do you take it as is, or do you add milk, sugar, or something? Both base game and DLC, not beaten. Is there a reason why it's not beaten, Lucius? Is it because it's difficult, or something else? Sekiro, but make it Europe. One mechanical hand and a sword. I mean, you're definitely right on the money. But I guess I wasn't this lost when playing Sekiro. Let's actually look at our equipment real quick. What did we actually find? Okay, we can also change our outfit. At least we have something on our nose. Now we're playing the peak Pinocchio experience. Alright, but that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to find the key we got. Where is the key? Yes. A key once held by a Krat Central Station puppet. It opens the front entrance of the... Yeah, okay, I know. Alright, we need to go back, essentially. Alright, we need to go back to where we were. I'm very thankful that you're here, and good luck on the DLC. DLC not beaten. Base game has been beaten. DLC I gave up on the final boss because difficulty. Interesting. Dude, I'm trying to dash, but oh, I think my control is like lagging slightly. Because I see that the input is switching from my controller to my keyboard. Yeah. Wait, let's fix this. I reapplied my cord here. Okay, hopefully that's good enough. We'll see. Honestly, it depends on the mood. Tonight, vanilla creamer with coffee and a dash of coconut sugar. Dude, that is fancy. I'm not sure if you appreciate my costume, by the way. I just picked what I wanted. I guess we'll see if I have the same experience. Oh, dude, this is like a Lego game. Oh, no. Okay. Stargazer. I assume this would refer to a... yeah, something is happening with my controller here. It's like lagging out. This is like a bonfire. Use a Stargazer for fully recovering HP and stamina. Yeah, alright. It's a bonfire. We have played these kinds of games before. We know what this is.
It's called a Stargazer.
I think it took me 120 tries, but got him in the end. Oh, man.
Puppet threshold exceeds danger estimates. Please reduce puppet numbers or reset danger parameters.
As we are not strong enough to beat the puppets. But if I lend my power to this Stargazer for a moment. Gather ergo, clever one. This Stargazer will make you stronger.
These are the souls. I promise you.
But the Stargazer's strength doesn't last forever. So be careful with it. Hurry up and come to Hotel Krat.
Use storage? Interesting. Why would I want to use the storage? Oh, I assume... Yeah, I think I know why. So, you probably can only have a set amount of items of any given type, and the rest is probably gonna be put into storage. And the sawtooth wheel It's a throwable object, and it scales with these stats. I see. And we level up. Yeah, right. So this is very similar to the Dark Souls. DLC final boss makes Melania look like a friendly duel. I still remember the first time I fought Melania. Like, Melania was like the first boss in Elden Ring that really made me like... I really forced me to change my approach to the game. And that's what you get for using an Xbox controller. I guess so. I guess so. But it hasn't been lagging this much before. Man, I still can use it, I suppose, which is good. It's just like, as soon as I'm not doing any inputs and just let go of the controller, it just reverts to like keyboard inputs. When spending Ergo to level up or to make a purchase, Hell Ergo can also be used. Only the Hell Ergo in the bag can be used, while the Ergo in storage cannot. Oh, you can put your souls into storage. Oh, that is actually quite good, because if you want to like try a fight, but you don't want to like lose all your progress, you can just store all your Ergo, I suppose, and use it later. Very fashionable choice. This is like resting statues. Yes, exactly. A good tip is just to run at the start of the second phase. Can avoid most of the combo. I assume this is tips that I will need as well, but maybe not at the moment. Okay, so vitality increases HP, vigor, stamina, capacity increases legion and weight, whatever that means, as well as defensive stats. Motivity increases physical attack, and technique as well, and advance other stats. I assume they all like scale differently. And our current weapon is currently being scaled with motivity and technique. Oh, this is why. Alright, I understand. Let's just put everything into motivity, maybe? At least so that we just use up the resources we have. And now we can use our arm again. You can get Ergo on the outside of the boss arenas. Very quality of life. Wait, does that mean that farming places for Ergo is like deliberately like put out in various places on the map? So that if a player is struggling, they literally can just farm in order to... What is this? Fable arts. Weapons have their distinct blades and handles that each have their own fable. Ah! So if you combine a particular handle with a particular blade, you will get like an ultimate. Charge fable slots by attacking. Ah, that is what the mana bar is underneath my stamina. Okay. And here we have another document. Interesting. Dude, and now the symbols in the bottom right are glowing. I see. Okay, I'm learning. So if I want to... Yeah! So either I use the Y button to use an ultimate or the LB and Y. Okay, got it. Alright. I probably should not waste my ultimate like that. But at least I know what it does. I guess that is the important part. Very nice, very nice. No, the reason why I can't really dash is due to the fact that my controller input is being reset over and over and over again. Maybe I should even like unplug my keyboard. You know what? I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try to unplug my keyboard and see if that makes the input stop lagging like this. No. Can I do something to make it sure that I don't want to use the keyboard and mouse as like a as my controller, as my device essentially. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you have any bosses in the game that that you hate. Design-wise, it must be the big monster at the very end, or very start of the game. Hit bosses just sucked. I love the last boss, but also hate it for how mad it made me. How about you? Dude, if I have the same experience, then it's a good thing, because that will make me more of a mad Seven. Disconnect and reconnect the controller again, maybe. I did try to do that earlier, but I'll try it again. The cord is now separate from the controller. I'll plug it in again. I run around a little bit. No, it's like whenever I don't do anything, like whenever I stop using my controller, the control scheme is just automatically being reverted to the keyboard and mouse. I want it like it might not have something to do with me. Like maybe it's just the game being designed. I mean, forget the device on system. Wait, what do you mean? Like, if that doesn't work, maybe the game is just deciding. I think that might be the case. I mean, I'm not using like a wireless controller. So if you're talking about like forgetting the device like pairwise. I mean, I guess this works as is. I can investigate a bit more later on, I suppose. Press and hold to dash. Yes, game, this is what I'm trying to do. As long as I can play the game, I guess that's important. Devil May Cry wouldn't have input lag. I sure hope so, because Devil May Cry requires you to do mad combos, right? Imagine like dropping a combo just because the system doesn't recognize your desired method of control. I still want to see a cookie. Dude, if I had a cookie like in my cupboards or something, I would have shown one to you. If there is a cookie in this game, I'll be sure to mark it for your viewing pleasure. You could get a death blow if you sneak out on them. Yes! So there are still mechanics from Sekiro being applied in this game. Such as death blows. Lies of cookie! Yeah, there we go. Stop interfering with my ploping of Mehmet's controller! What the hell, Ploper? So I assume this is like a good... It's a good game to play either before or after Sekiro. Given that some of the mechanics are still like carried over from the game. I have no idea about the story though. Like, we know that we have two voices in our heads. One voice is called Sophie or Sophia, and the other one is called, I don't know, something with G. They want us to get to Hotel Krat. Wait, the frenzy. Okay, so there's probably a plague, right? There's a plague called the frenzy that is affecting the robots. At least this is what I'm gonna infer. Show me cookies, is that your husband? Hey yo, that's true! Some enemies become red and use strong attacks called Fury attacks. You can't guard Fury attacks, but you can move out of the attack's range or counter with a perfect guard. Okay. Oh! This is like the Mikiri attacks from Sekiro! Alright, yeah, there are many similarities! Okay, and you can't stagger these guys. Well, not as easily. Okay, yeah, they hit harder. I do notice that in this game, you don't really dodge roll, right? Wait, we can use this as well. Oh, we can use our handle power to gain a temporary buff as well. Interesting. Parry. I should parry. I should. But I'm low-key still just learning the game. I probably should get into a habit of learning to parry these attacks. So that I don't get into the habit of just sidestepping. But now I'm dodge rolling. Wait, what's going on? Because I'm definitely sidestepping when I'm fighting the enemies.
Observing the destination.
Optimal location for observing the destination. Okay. I assume the voice in my head is referring to that building right there. Thank you, voice in head, for pointing that out. Early game dodging is fine. Late game, it's parry or perish. I would not be surprised if that's the case. Again, assuming this game plays similar to Sekiro, I'm gonna assume that there are gonna be boss fights. You know, like Genichiro, like Owl, like fights like that. That definitely requires you to. Oh, okay. I see how it is. I think when you're locked onto an enemy, you're dodge rolling. But the other way around. When you're locked onto an enemy, you're sidestepping. Other than that, otherwise you're dodge rolling. Good to know. It's busy finding an anime to watch. Are you gonna watch it together, Stress Test? Or are you watching different things? I know that some couples are very, very oh, you can do a plunging attack. Or very, I don't know, what's it called? I don't know, particular when it comes to watching TV shows, as in they don't want like their partner to like watch the show without them, right? Because that is cheating, and I low key understand it, because if you have like an agreement where you're only supposed to watch this thing together, like this is supposed to be like your quality time or whatever, I completely understand that you don't want your significant other to watch something ahead of you. I will say the game is not very deadly at the moment, but I'm sure I'm gonna eat those words very, very, very shortly. Imagine having a significant other. You can't imagine it even, Lucius. Obviously, we do watch anime without each other, but it's not often. I see. Well, hopefully you have the similar tastes when it comes to anime, though. Because I know you like Demon Slayer. I hope that's the case from him as well. I would like a significant otter. That would be kind of cool. I'm with you on that. I mean, well, I will say this. Having any kind of otter would be kind of cool. That would be significant. Having an otter. Alright, so this is a shortcut. Yeah, just a shortcut. Okay, got it. You know what? Given that we unlocked the shortcut, maybe it's actually worth it to go back and invest our points. So that we don't lose it later. And I also used up all my pulse charges, so getting them back as well would be probably beneficial. I will say that I low-key like the fact... Oh, the wrong button. That we use this particular weapon, because it is quite easy to use. I do not have a significant otter. I assume that is the case with many people. The game is not deadly at the moment. It gets whacked immediately. True. But we haven't died yet. That's the important part. We have not died quite yet. Okay, I don't know the difference between these stats, motivity and technique. I'm just gonna keep putting points into motivity until someone tells me that's a bad thing to do. Because I assume this just increases our hit points. Oh, come on. We do. Gore and fighting is nice. So when you want to watch something romantic, you're like, a slasher movie would really hit the spot. Or a slasher anime maybe. Remember Otter holding his hands? I know I've seen clips of it, Super Week. I know that otters tend to like hold each other's hands when they're sleeping, because they don't want to like drift away from each other when they're sleeping on like a river or something, which is kind of cute. Why is P scratching his arse? That happens every time I press X. Excuse me, what? In this game, the target dummy hits you, not the other way around. I'm not sure what this mechanic is all about, but yeah, and he increases his health. I assume this is a target dummy. Like, this is just a way to like, test your weapons and stuff. And I appreciate that, I really do. And too bad you don't have legs. Are you talking about this guy? In Modern Counter, you don't hit target dummy. Target dummy hits you, yeah. A repair stargazer. Dude, I am getting, yeah, Grungy, I am getting like first boss vibes coming up.
Hello there. Welcome to Krot, visitor. I didn't think there were any stalkers left to fight the puppets. You didn't hear? Figures. The whole organization fell apart. All that's left are wannabes and amateurs who think they can fight on their own. You ought to buy something while you're at the festival. You can't rely on yourself alone.
Interesting. We have learned some things only from that little dialogue, right? We are a stalker, we're fighting puppets. And apparently there are other of my kind around here somewhere. Slasher enemy, yes, Moldy does not like romantic movies. Wait, that would imply that you like romantic movies.
Out here alone? You could use some.
Alright, let's see what we can get here. Okay, we can buy new weapons for not that much. And okay, these are just throwables. We can have a popper saber handle. This we already have. So technically, we can already buy new handles to try out. I want to do that. So now we could, in theory, get another class going. I assume you need to find like a workbench or something. No, what you really need is a romantic slasher movie. There you go. Let's be honest. You quite literally walked into it. I can't argue that fact. That is true. But consider this. How often do you like get punched by target dummies? Yeah, you can't like use crafting at the Stargazer, so I assume you need like another place to do that. We are stalkers and we're fighting puppets. Sounds like you need to visit the doctors. But it's only the right kind of doctor, right? Because I assume we, as Pinocchio, are also like, I don't know, a automaton of some sort. I like K-dramas even. I've never watched a K-drama in my life, but I assume K-dramas involve, well, romance. Where's Honor the Blacksmith when you need him? Yeah, exactly! First boss! All of you were correct in your assumptions. This is the parade master, okay. Okay. I want to keep my deathless streak alive. Let's see if we can. What are the wrong kind of doctors? I mean, okay, here's the thing. I'm low-key assuming that Pinocchio here is a machine or a puppet of his own. So he would like need a carpenter or something. You can sort of. Okay, you can sort of like dodge behind him. But you don't travel that far when dodge rolling. I should. Oh, okay. I want to see if I can get the parry. Oh, you can. You need to dodge red attacks, but you can parry everything else. Again, let's try to remember what we have learned from Sekiro. Yes! Get parried! It's not as satisfying to parry in this game, I will say that. He has a very simple movement. Crap. Ah! Okay, how do I know when I get my class back? Oh, I see. The pink bar need to fill to full. Got it. I don't think again, I don't. Oh wait, no. Yes. Okay. Now I can do a death blow. Okay. I was about to say I don't feel like I'm gaining anything from perfect parrying, but okay. I need to remember that the parry bar is. Oh, okay. This is new. New weapons. New weapon. Oh boy. We're adding fire to this mix. Move away. I need to be faster. I need to remember to move away when he's doing the red attack. Oh, we're so close. I don't want to die. Okay, I want to be deathless. Come on. Go away. Oh, that was not the red attack. That was actually not the red attack. No! Lie or die. Alright. Second time, I promise, I got this. You can also parry the red attacks, but only if it's a perfect parry. Oh yes, that is true. Oh, I'm literally trying to use my keyboard even though I unplugged it. Give me 1 second. Let's add the death counter, shall we? The shameful one, but it is what it is. That was a good try. I agree. I wanted to beat it on my first attempt. That is obviously not gonna happen. But at least we got him to second phase. Oh, you can get better everything. Oh, I didn't even use the ultimate ability. All right, I need to be better. I need to be better. The loading screen had this Pinocchio noise. Oh, did it? Well, the loading screen did say lies or die. I tried to time the backwards dodge there. Did not time it properly, as you can see. Ah, okay, I'm playing for it. Okay, let's see if we can get a healing. You know, the one thing I dislike about the parry system in this game is that if you fail a parry and get a block, you lose quite a bit of... Newbie, thank you so much for the follow. I'm gonna finish this boss in your honor, okay? I'm not gonna fail the second time around. But like when you block in this game, unlike in Sekiro, you do take some damage, which is kind of dangerous. But I can't die now. I cannot die now. I have something to fight for, come on! I believe in you, thank you so much! What are we thinking about the first boss, Civet Boy? He's simple, but dangerous. As in, if you disrespect him, he will kill you. I will do my best. Dude, I'm playing it super safe though, which is kind of... I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Maybe I need to dodge more. I'm not sure, man. Because I keep failing a lot of my parries. Yeah. Oh, this is not looking too hot. Maybe? Wait, the ultimate did wonders. The ultimate did wonders. Okay, let's not throw this away. Let's not throw this away. Okay, I believe. Come on. Yes. No. If I just spam. Yeah, there we go. Parade master. Know your place. Okay, that was kind of nice. Simple but satisfying. I will say that. If you beat this boss, I can sleep in peace. Same here, Grungy. Alright, we lost on our first attempt, but we got it. Newbie, thank you so much for your words of encouragement. I honestly forgot you could dodge in this game for a hot minute. The thing is about the dodge mechanic though, is that you need to realize that when you are locked onto an enemy, it's a sidestep and not a dodge. But I feel like that is something you can learn to deal with, right, as you're playing. I like that. Simple but satisfying. That is how I would describe it. I don't know if motivity is the best stat. I have literally no idea what to do with my stats. So I'm just doing whatever. This game is basically Sekiro parrying combined with Bloodborne blocking with a small hint of Dark Souls positioning. Taking the best from every game and adding it to this game. Hesitation is defeat. Let's find out what the saying is here. That is true. In this game, I would say this. Do not underestimate your ultimate ability. Because that did wonders in that fight. As long as Newbie coming in here in the nick of time. It'll take a bit for you to get used to a different mechanics from playing Sekiro. That is true. It's always a bit of like I don't know, a wind-up, let's say, of like learning new mechanics. Put all points into advanced, trust. Where's the light? I know what you mean, Arnie. This increases Legion, whatever that means, if I put all the points into advance. I probably need to like figure out what all of these stats mean, but I'll do that later. Motivity is strength, technique is dexterity, so both are equally fine mostly, just depending on what gear you prefer using. I hope that there's a way to respec as well, because I want to experiment, y'all. As I said, the one mechanic I look forward to the most in this game is the fact that you can like craft your own weapons, right? And with that is sleepy time. Great to witness you beating the first boss and going through a lot of jump scares earlier. That we did. Have a great night, streamer and chat. See you guys next time. Same back to you, Grungy. And you know, speaking of which, you're not the only one who's dealing with sleepy time, okay? You can respec later in the game, roughly 40% in, I think. Oh, that is good. Alright, hopefully I won't mess up our build until then. Alright, but listen. I have some bad news, y'all. I'm gonna end stream right here, right now. We have defeated the first boss of many in this game. And there are many more to come. But that's gonna be tomorrow, because we are indeed ending the stream today. Respecting in this game is more than a free as well, which is nice. Oh, nice! That means you can experiment quite a bit. And then you can use these target dummies, right? to like try out your like damage numbers, essentially. Have I ever been glad to see me ever stop streaming a game? Well, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on who you are, we're gonna be back tomorrow with some more Lies of P, starting at 6 p.m. Central European summertime. The currency needed to respec is very easy to get. Good to know, very good to know. But I guess we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, please drop a follow if you want to be notified when we go live tomorrow, again at 6 p.m. where we'll be playing more Lies of P. And they had us in the first half, not gonna lie. I know that some of you are not excited to see Lies of P, as you have clearly stated in the chat. But hopefully some of you are, because we're gonna be playing this game some more. W horror playthrough, W new game, W cortisol spike, W all those things super weak. I'm very excited for this. So am I. So am I. But with all that being said, that is gonna be something to discover tomorrow. So wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good time, and I hope that we together can have some good times, creating some more new memories, playing some games, streaming some streams. But until then, save it out.